audibletrial.com/talkitout. Make sure you sign up for a free 30-day trial of Audible where you have access to over 1,800 different books from birds to cars to economics to conspiracy theories. And yeah, check it out. It's really cool. audibletrial.com/talkitout. So this is
Joy.
Gabby.
And Katie.
If you notice, KT sounds a little telephonish, just because she is calling from a telephone, because the way her vehicle is set up. Yeah.
And
So,
the way
her
my
vehicle
money
don't
set
work.
up,
and the way her bank account is set up.
that bank account.
So yeah, we're going to be doing episodes like this for a while, but
Until I'm rich.
until y'all sign up for that Audible trial so we can get some money, and all the more audibletrial.com/talk it out. So this new episode is going to be a two-parter. First, we're going to talk about the election. By the time you listen to this, we already know who our next president is going to be. So either we're living in a catastrophe or we're going to be living in 4 years of the same. So we are going to be what we're first going to do is each one of us. I know I know Joy and I have voted already, so we're going to discuss it. Yes, I voted. I'm pretty sure. I thought
Joy,
you
what
liked.
are you doing?
I thought you liked the Instagram post,
I do, but I'll be looking.
girl.
I didn't know you voted. I'm so
So
happy for you.
gonna talk it out on Instagram so you can see that post. But yes, Joy and I voted, so we're gonna talk about who we voted for and why. And I know that KT did not vote, but she will tell us why she did not and who she would vote for if she did vote. And we're gonna
Our
have a
voting
little.
is, hold on. Our voting is until Tuesday, so the day we release the episode is when I can vote. Like you guys had
But you're
early
not
voting.
going to vote.
Who said I'm not? Maybe
You said
I
you're
am.
not gonna vote.
You
Maybe
never
I
know. Something could
Okay,
change. You
now
never
she
know.
got to change her heart somehow. But me and Joy have early voted because we're cool like that. KT, as of yet, has not voted. Maybe she's going to vote by the time this podcast is released. So we're all going to talk about who we voted for and why, and we're going to have a little debate. And then after that, we're going to go into the Second Amendment and talk about guns.
Oh Lord.
So go ahead.
Go ahead. Who?
Who wants to go first?
All right, so I'll go first.
Ooh.
So first and foremost, don't get it twisted, 'cause I'm not voting.
Exactly, right.
I'm not voting. I refuse. I'm protest voting. And if I was to vote,
No, protest
would-
voting is voting.
no, I'm saying I'm not. I don't mean I'm protest voting. I'm saying I'm protesting voting.
Okay,
Period.
okay,
to the
okay.
point where like I'm not voting for nobody.
Okay, I got you.
So I'm not voting for nobody because I feel like I feel like and I don't mean to be like Donald Trump, but I feel like the election is rigged. Maybe not the election itself, but social media has been rigged so that the people who are not as popular aren't getting as much coverage, so they're not going to be elected anyway, even if we wanted them to be.
Uh-huh.
So at the end of the day, I just don't really see a point in voting. Like I had said previously in a different episode, in our other episode that we did about voting the lesser of two Cheetos, I just feel like at the end of the day, we have the Electoral College, and I'm not really voting anyway, so who cares? So yeah, that's my two piece.
Yay.
Mm.
Yo, go ahead, Joy. I know you. That's what
I'm not
saying.
gonna say nothing about her not voting because y'all already know. The whole podcast world knows my view about voting and how if you shouldn't vote, if you don't vote, then you shouldn't say anything about anything because you didn't even put your voice in. That's my opinion about that. But I
Okay.
did vote, as you all know,
Mhm.
and I voted for
HRC.
a lovely lady. And I feel like it's just, I feel like, everybody's talking about two evils or whatever and how both of the opponents we have are bad. But the truth is, I don't want to end up like the Jews and be exiled and put into concentration camps.
Oh Lord.
So
Help
I
Jesus.
will vote for Hillary, who does somewhat care about her image, and she may be racist, but she may hide it better than most people. And I will vote for a racist that hides it more than a racist who's outright racist and doesn't care about anybody but himself. And we'll send all the people. He's gonna send the Mexicans back to Mexico, the Arabs back to
the Arab lands.
I was gonna the Arab lands, because there's
No,
it's more than
joking.
one. And he's gonna send the black people back where we
Racism.
come from. So and he's not just racist. He's misogynistic. He's sexist. He's everything ist.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes. Okay.
He's all the ist.
Okay.
And guess what, guys?
What?
You'll be so proud of me today.
What?
It's this guy, where I work, and he was coming to use the bathroom, and he had this big, huge pen, the circle pens that you
Oh,
pin
I
on
thought you were
you.
gonna say something else.
A big, huge circle pen with Trump on it. And I just said, "Hi, how are you?" I kept glancing down. It's like you know how dudes look at girls'
Yeah.
boobs and they keep glancing down. I kept glancing down. Like he was showing his boobs.
But you gotta be professional.
I
Good for
was
you. I'm
professional. I was like,
proud.
"Hi, how are you?" "Oh, sure, the bathrooms are right this way." Anyway, Gabby.
Sounds good. Well, yeah. So I went voting.
Yay.
I didn't vote for Hillary or Donald Trump though. I voted for my girl JS.
Oh.
I voted for the Steinberg Master, the Jill Stein, because I stay true to what I believe. And like I said in the Lesser of Two Cheetos episode, if you want to listen to it, I'm not voting for the Lesser of Two Cheetos. I am voting for the candidate I mostly believe in and whose views I align with. Jill Stein, she's not perfect. But
Nope.
according to Hillary, compared to Hillary and Donald Trump, she's not an evil. So I voted for her.
And she's not a candidate either.
Well,
She's not a what?
seeing that she is on the ballot, she is indeed a candidate.
She's not.
Yeah, she is a candidate.
She's not a candidate. She's a candidate, but she ain't a candidate.
What's the difference?
The difference
Ain't
is
one,
she's
she just
on the
made some up.
ballot. She's
She
on the
trying to
ballot,
be. Girl,
but
get out of
she
here with
doesn't
that
have a chance of
classism.
winning.
She trying to.
She
trying to
doesn't have
look
a chance
against
of
us
winning. Guys,
for
you know that's true.
the way we use verbiage.
I was just
There's-
trying to be funny. I wasn't trying to do nothing but that.
Anyways, y'all never let me finish. So I
sorry,
voted for Jill
Gabby.
Stein, and the reason I voted for her, like I said, she believes in economic equality. She believes she's for abolishing student loan debt. She's about racial equality and going against police brutality and all that stuff. So
She must be a white lady.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So she has my vote, and I wanted to bring something up because I want to be petty.
Ooh.
About Hillary Clinton, because here's the thing. Even I'm not Fox News. I'm not a Republican.
Nope.
But anybody can see that this mainstream media is biased for Hillary Clinton. For the simple fact that yes.
Yes, for
For the simple fact that Donald Trump, yes, terrible. Every single day he doing something terrible. Every single day something bad coming up. Hillary Clinton, all these emails and stuff have leaked. Nobody has talked about what has been in the email. All they say is, well, it's just somebody's. It's not her email. It's just somebody in their camp. But nobody's talking about what's in the email. That's what
because
it is.
it's not hers.
I don't know. No. It's not hers, but it's her top advisors, and they're talking about what their campaign is doing. They're talking about things Hillary Clinton's doing. They're talking about incriminating things, like things that show a whole bunch of corruption. For example, there's a lot of pieces. I'm gonna talk about two main pieces. One of the main pieces that got me it confirmed what I said in the last episode. Of course,
sure it did.
Don't you know Hillary Clinton, when she was about to run, and when the Republicans were doing their primary, they were typing in the emails and they said, well, Hillary Clinton has a lot of controversy going on about her regarding the emails and Benghazi and this and that. So, in order for her to win, we have to make sure that we get the right candidate to run against her.
Did
Now,
you
there
see
are
this
three-
email?
Yes. Now this is a real email. This isn't
Yes,
like
this is a.
How do
yeah.
you know it's a real email?
because it's on WikiLeaks. This is what was leaked by WikiLeaks. This is a
Oh.
real thing.
WikiLeaks. My bad.
These are the people who've been leaking it. WikiLeaks are the people who have been leaking it.
Uh-huh.
And they've
Uh-huh.
pretty much what they said was there are 3 candidates that we need to run against Hillary Clinton in order for her to win. One of them is Ben Carson, another one is Ted Cruz, and the last one is Donald Trump. So they said we need to do what we can to help get any one of these 3 candidates to become the Republican nominee. So what they did was when they found out Donald Trump was winning and people were liking him, they went to places like CNN and MSNBC and ABC and told them directly to make a focus on Donald Trump. If he says something, you need to cover it. So pretty much make him seem like a real true candidate for the president of the United States. Like it could have all been a joke to him, but because of the Hillary Clinton campaign and them pushing the media to focus their attention on him, he ended up getting more attention and he ended up getting the vote. So that really, I mean, when you know like a conspiracy or something is going on, you say it, but when it gets confirmed to you, it's just like craziness, because they knew that with Donald Trump, he has so much controversy that it's enough controversy to cover up all the mess that she's got going on. So that wasn't anything to put her in jail per se, but it was just like, wow, these people, they really be scheming. Like this stuff is not fair at all. Oh, there was one more. This one was this one was Hillary Clinton. This was Hillary Clinton's campaign talking to the DNC, which is the head of the Democratic Party, Democratic National Committee. They told the DNC before the primaries even started, it would be best for you to interview other candidates so it won't look so it can be it can be fair. Like say that y'all considered other candidates to be president. Now, why would Hillary Clinton's campaign have to tell the Democratic National Committee to interview other candidates? Because they weren't going to, because they knew they wanted Hillary Clinton. So Bernie Sanders was just there just to be there. They knew that they wanted Hillary Clinton, so they didn't support her. They didn't support Bernie Sanders, and all this stuff about like the voter fraud or whatever. That can be possible because Bernie Sanders wasn't supposed to win. So all of that, and there's so much more stuff about her campaign. Y'all look it up, please. I beg of you.
No.
Even if you already vote for Hillary Clinton, it's just good to know what you're getting into. It's good to know what this president is going to be about. Look into those emails because you need to know these things. Like, why would you, when you know there's information out there, why would you choose to not know and to be ignorant about it, especially
Right.
about
Can I
somebody that's
speak
going to be
now?
your president? Yeah.
Oh, okay, wonderful. Okay, so Hillary Clinton told the DNC to interview other people so it can look like that it's another candidate besides her. I
Mhm.
get that, but the whole y'all are talking like this is something shocking conspiracy that Donald Trump and Hillary are the candidates and they focused on a Hillary now because nobody wants Donald Trump to be president. Okay, well, first of all,
Okay.
I believe if you are one of the people who believe that it was set up in last year's election that Hillary was supposed to be president this year, that's a far stretch, but let's just go with this.
Mhm.
If it was set up in any year, this year or that year, that Hillary was to be president, it's not. Is it such a bad thing?
Yes,
I'm not
yes,
speaking
it's a
about the
bad thing.
person. I'm speaking about them them wanting her to be
Yes.
president. Why?
Yes.
Explain that to
Because the
me.
Democratic National Committee is supposed to be an unbiased party. If you
Oh,
come into, if
that's
you come
not
into,
true.
yes, it is unbiased as far as their own candidates. Now, if you
Right.
come into here, that's what the primaries for. The primaries is for the people, the Democratic people, to decide who they want to be the president. But if
Right.
you got the committee already saying we want Hillary Clinton, then stuff is going to happen. Like, for instance, one of the chairs of the DNC giving Hillary Clinton questions beforehand. She didn't give Bernie Sanders questions beforehand. It's just stuff like that, and it makes people lose faith in democracy, because if it was really fair, they wouldn't have to be told to interview more candidates. Like, why should you have to be told to do that? People aren't going to just vote. I don't know. It's crazy to me. It shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way.
I get what you all are saying, but what I am saying is we know that this is not fair, that they're not going to play fair, and until one of us get in office, or somebody we know get in office that's honest and fair and true and all of those great qualities, then I don't see the point in being upset about them knowing the candidate. The Republicans know the candidate that they want, and the Democrats know the candidate they want. The
No, but
independent know the candidate that they want. And I've just,
Here's what it is. Here's what it is, y'all. It's like this. When you vote for a president, it's supposed to be unbiased, period. It's supposed to be the people go in here and they go to this place and they vote for the people that they think are best fitting them. It's not supposed to be other people in the country deciding your vote for you. And I think that's what the issue is here, is because it's not us, the people out here, deciding who we want. It's actually media, or it's actually the DNC or the RNC. It's these people, the people who are in charge, making these decisions for the people that are out here living it every day. These people aren't out here poor. These people ain't out here doing what we doing, working 9 to 5, 30 every single day, making 80 hours and only getting a $600 check every 2 weeks or less. These people are out here getting money. They get in so much money. So it's like, you have to remember, like, they are not here for us. They are here for money. Money is, if you got money, then you're greedy. And that's not everybody, but that's a lot of time, that's what it comes down to. These people are greedy, so they just keep on getting money.
Ooh.
oh, okay. Well, what I was saying is, I
Okay.
get the whole point about unbiased,
Mhm.
whatever.
Mhm.
That's quite fine. But I am speaking like one. I feel like it is up to the people once the parties have been chosen. Like for school president, you go around and the people choose who they want to be president. The principals or whoever choose who they want to be president. Say for instance, me and Gabby were in school, and somebody came to me and said, "Hey, I think you should run for president." So this. I said, "Oh, okay, sure." Then went to Gabby and said, "Oh, well, you can run for president too, sure." Now, it's up to the student body or the people to choose which president they want. I feel like that's where the unbiasedness come in. And if anybody, you speak about social media and media altogether and how it focuses on one party, but that's the fault of the people if they're not going to make an educated research.
But that's literally what I'm saying. People are not. No. Hold on.
Hold on.
No.
I don't mean to throw shade.
No.
But Joy, you never research anything. So when we have to tell you, you always say who, what, when.
Because
You
I
really
know
think
who I
people
wanted
are
to
out
vote
here
for.
Googling things.
I
No,
know
they
who I
don't
wanted to
Google
vote for.
nothing.
I don't vote independent and I don't vote Republican. I vote Democrat. Now, if it was a Democratic person in there that I didn't like or I didn't like to some term, like Hillary, I don't like her all the way, but I like her to some term, and I feel like she can do an okay job, and I don't have to research.
But did you
anything else
research
because
her? That's
I
my
did on
question. That's
Hillary
what we're
Clinton.
doing.
Hillary Clinton, I didn't go extensively into it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Podcast
Right.
world, I did not go extensively into it, but I did research her and what she wanted and I feel like she's much better than Donald Trump. And really, truly, I feel that she's the only person who has a shot. The Democrat and Republicans are the only two people who have a shot at winning presidency. Let's be real. The only time an independent party has ever won was like what, once in history. It was one president. I forget his name, but it was one president. Yes, exactly.
But that's y'all are just making my point, because that's what we're saying. I'm saying is go back to the principle thing. A better example would be, so you're voting for a class principal, a class president. So the principal says, hey man, he takes a dude to his side. Hey man, I really want you to be president. So I'm gonna work and do as much as I can to make sure you're president. All right. And then there being another candidate, and he just being like, hey, what's up, whatever. And going to the guy he really likes and saying, hey, these are some questions that the students really want to ask. I want you to work hard on answering these questions to make sure you can give them a good answer. And also giving them, like one of the ladies did, giving them pep talks and motivational emails, tell them how great of a person they are and how they can win this thing. And you're supposed to be unbiased. So when election
you're not
comes,
unbiased because they vote too.
No, I'm talking about for the principal of a school. We're gonna make the principal of a school.
I'm about to say, hold on.
So because everybody's in the same class, they're voting for their class president. So you've already given this guy all the information he needs. He's got the money. He's already cool. People already know who he is. But the other guy, he's kind of doing all right. You know, people kind of like him or whatever. But if the other guy has an advantage, he knows all the questions. He knows what to say. He knows what to do. It's not fair. It would be fair if the guy's going to give this guy the answers, well, you got to give this guy the answers.
That's just the land of utopia.
That's not even you. That's basic. Well, that's basic fairness.
When I say that, I just mean that that's fair, but life is not fair. If it was me and I know that my candidate is favored, what I'm going to do is get in good with somebody in the office so that I can get those questions too.
So you're admitting that what they did was not fair.
Correct. Of course.
So you admit it wasn't fair.
Yes.
That's all.
But was it smart? I think so.
But that's all. That's the only point I wanted to make. Joy admits it wasn't fair.
I do.
Get a consensus. Joy admits it wasn't fair.
Do.
That's all I need. That's all I need.
But it was smart.
That's all I need. But if we're voting for a president, we're not voting for somebody to give us ice cream at lunch every weekend, every Friday. We're voting for somebody to rule the country. Shouldn't it be who the people want to become president that should be president? Yeah. Shouldn't that be how it is?
Yeah.
But it's not how it is.
It is.
It's not.
To a point. It's not all the way 100%, but it is.
I doubt it's even like 50%.
But to a point, it is who the people want if they vote for who they want to vote for.
But that's the thing. It's like you can get who you want if you choose these limited people that I make you choose.
Well, if that's the case, we have to change our whole system. And does it need to be changed? Yes. But to work with what we got.
No, I don't think we even have to change it that much if people would just play fair.
I do, because I don't believe in the electoral college.
Oh, yeah, that especially. KT?
Yeah, I don't believe in that either. Yeah. I don't believe in the electoral college. I think, like I said, I think it's rigged. I think everything that we are trying to work towards, it don't really matter. Like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Like, we can vote all day. And woohoo, clap for y'all for voting. But y'all's little vote ain't gonna mean nothing, just like my little vote ain't gonna mean nothing.
I know mine didn't mean nothing. I just want to stick it to somebody. I don't know. I just want to say that I didn't vote for Hillary.
Especially Gabby.
My vote matters. I bet you now will Jill Stein get 5%?
Your vote matters let me tell you something. Your vote matters, Gabby, on principle, because you stood by what you believed in.
Exactly.
Do I agree with your candidate? No. But
you even know who she is.
No, do I agree that you voted for her?
See, here's my thing, Joy. Like,
I know
you keep saying, like, do I agree? But, like, do you even, like you said, you didn't even really research in depth.
I said, do I agree that she voted for her?
No, what you saying? Did she agree? Did she agree that I voted third party?
Oh, third party. No, but my question is if the candidate that you voted for you didn't really go in depth and look into, then
I know
like
you know
I'm
I
just
didn't
really
research
confused.
nobody
How did
else
you know which candidate to really be for?
because I
And
know it comes down to Democrat or Republican always. Once I
Really?
find for the part two, I'm gonna find out the person's name who won on the independent.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that one, it has always come down to Democratic or
Mhm.
Republican. Now, if my vote wants to count, I know I'm a Democrat, so I'm going to vote Democrat. But since it was Hillary, I did have to research a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But then I saw who the candidate was that she was up against, and I was like, well, I'm not giving it to Donald Trump.
But that's the thing. That's why that email about them
So that's why,
putting that
KT.
attention on Donald Trump is just like dang, because she literally could not have won. Think about it. If she was going against like a Jeb Bush, who was George Bush's brother, she probably would have lost. If she was going
No
against a Chris
doubt.
Christie, she probably would have lost. It's like it's just so corrupt. Like it's really not. It's not fair in that way because
It's not fair at all. At all.
all right, so I
that's just
want to
my
kind
only
of
point.
bring it
That's my only
around.
point.
Right.
Yeah.
So, cause we've been on this for a little while, and we're just kind of going back and forth. Let's talk about, since we are talking about voting. Do you guys know if Hillary is for gun control? Is Hillary for gun control or not? Because I'm looking at her website, and I do see that she is kind of for gun control, but not for something that's real specific. Like she basically just wants to do background checks, and she
Mm-hmm.
basically just wants to make sure that guns are taken out of domestic abusers' hands, violent
Mm-hmm.
crimes, and severe mental
Yeah, I agree with
illnesses.
that.
Yeah.
So so you guys, y'all all agreed with the, gun control thing, right? Like it should be definitely controlled.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
It should
Yes.
be controlled, but to what extent?
That's what I was gonna ask. To what extent do you think it should be
Because
controlled?
some people say that, like, oh, just as long as it's not in a terrorist hand, that's all that matters. No, 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 no,
Mm-mm.
no, no, because it can be in someone else's hands and they can give it to a so-called terrorist. But I feel,
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but I
oh,
actually have statistics on the terroristic threats, and I think that, the whole terrorist thing is a fear factor thing because there's some statistics here. Let me go to it. Okay, so
I
from
thought we were talking about gun
2005 to
control.
No.
2015, yeah, this does have to do with the gun control. So from 2005 to 2015, 71 were killed in terrorist article on U.S. soil by a gun. Just 71 from
Mm-hmm.
2005 to 2015. That's 10 years. But 301,797 were killed by gun violence during the same period, and that's from 2005 to 2015. So, should we really be worried about terrorists if only 71 Americans have died, or
I
should we
mean, we
really be
should.
worried
But
about us?
how do we quantify what a terrorist is?
I, exactly. Are you only concerned about the people overseas, or do you believe that Americans can be terrorists? Because I believe that Americans can be terrorists. The
No,
the
that's
the
not what I'm
the
saying because that would be racist of me. Why would I say that?
Well, I do. I believe that Americans can be terrorists.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
like Columbine, when you go into a school and shoot up the school because you dislike the people,
Yeah.
that's terrorism
Yeah.
in your own
Oh, no,
country.
yeah, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, like the overseas thing. Why would I just think that overseas people are
Because
But
people
are
some
think that.
people
terrorists?
do.
Some people
Some
think that.
people do. They don't
Yeah.
consider Americans terrorists. They say, "Oh, Sandy, what Sandy
Sandy
what?
Hook.
Sandy Hook was so sad." And then when someone calls him a terrorist, oh no, they get defensive, they get upset.
Mm-hmm.
But call
Wasn't that
Osama
dude
bin
white?
Laden, huh? What you say?
Wasn't that dude white?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why.
But I'm just saying, they're terrorists too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It doesn't matter what the color of your skin is. You can be a terrorist right here in America. You
Of
don't
course.
only have to worry about overseas terrorism.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we're
Can we get back to gun control?
yeah. I'm taking this. I'm twisting it and putting it in there and baking it and taking it to gun control. So guns, 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 guns. America loves its guns.
I don't know. Like
Yeah.
America loves guns like America loves bacon. They wrap it on anything.
They have a bacon gun. Shoot it, shoot bacon out of it.
Made of bacon.
Made out of bacon. But we were kind of talking about statistics and stuff, and a lot of these people that are voting for the Donald, and a lot of these people that vote Republican, especially in the South, are very, very, very OCD about their guns. They love their guns. They're scared somebody's gonna take their guns. They love the right. They have their Second Amendment rights with their guns, and I just want to know why. Why are people so obsessed with guns?
Let me just tell y'all a quick story.
Okay.
My somebody I know.
Somebody I know.
I wanted to protect their identity just in case they hear this podcast. But somebody I know close to me, they have a gun, and not just a house gun. They literally went out and bought a gun, one of those trigger guns, and I was just thinking to myself, why do you need this? So I asked the question, why do you need this? And his reply was, because I am scared. And I was like, huh? What do you mean you're scared? Not only do you live in America, but you live in one of the safest, most, neighborhoods that
In
there
Memphis,
is.
yeah.
No, he doesn't even live in Memphis.
What?
They live in Horn Lake, Mississippi.
Oh.
And I'm just thinking to myself, like, what do you mean you're scared? Do you understand that, Gabby? Because I don't know.
Well, I think the media, going back to the media, because it's always their fault. With the news and everything, like we had in our Colin Kaepernick video, podcast episode, we talked about how the media puts fear in your head. If you're turning on the news and every day you're seeing somebody get shot and killed and murdered and robbed, you're going to be scared, obviously, because those are the images that you're seeing. So you're scared, and then you have these candidates that are telling you that the world is going to crap, and that terrorists and stuff are coming, and ISIS is coming, and
everybody's in ISIS now.
Yeah, these illegal immigrants are coming. Immigrants. So you're just in a state of fear, and that's the thing. That's what I don't get. Well, I get it, but it's just like people have all these guns because they think. Not only that, first of all, they believe the government, and then they think the government is coming to get them at the same time. Like, I don't understand that either. So they're stocked up. They ready for a revolution, apparently, but,
They're finna stage a coup.
What do you think, KT? You from the South. You white.
Oh!
No, that's true.
I'm just tickled pink.
So what do I think about why he felt like he was scared? So I do have a few questions. Even though you say he lives in a quote unquote good neighborhood, is this a Black American?
Yes.
Okay, so that could be a determining factor as to why he feels like he's scared.
I agree.
So I do have a little bit of statistics on that too. For the police department versus armed citizens. So there are a total of 795,000 roughly police officers, and in America roughly 880 million gun citizen owning citizen, whatever. You know what I'm saying. So there is an error rate that happens. So when someone's like, "Oh my God, I accidentally shot my gun and murdered someone," there's a huge gap between police and armed citizens. For police, there's an 11% error rate. 11%. For armed citizens, it's 2%.
Dang.
So check this out. So you're telling me that there are less police officers, but they have a higher error rate than 80 million people, and I can't can imagine why he would be scared, especially the way how police are very, very discriminatory. And I'm
I
not
agree
saying
with that.
hashtag all police are
M-
discriminatory, but I'm just
Most
saying
police.
most police are
Mm-hmm.
discriminatory, which I don't know if you guys just seen it today, but there was a new thing that came out, which this is kind of off topic, but this police officer, someone had died, a black person had died
Oh
because
yeah.
of a drug overdose, and he took a picture of him basically smiling and with this thumbs up, the police officer did, of a
Mm.
dead black person.
Yeah.
So I can myself, I would never have to be scared of that because that doesn't normally happen to me. And I don't normally get discriminated against as a white person, but I can definitely imagine and have sympathy for him as to why he would be scared, especially in America. And especially with oh, and another thing is, like, have you guys heard about how apparently if Donald Trump doesn't win, then all these racist militia are gonna come out and like start shooting everyone and everything like that. Like I know
Yeah.
you've heard that if you live in the South.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can
And I've
definitely.
also heard that if Donald Trump wins, I'm moving to Canada because I've
Oh
said it
yeah, all
myself.
that.
Well, everybody going to Canada.
I
But
know.
yes, going back to the guns and stuff.
I want to go to
KT,
Brazil.
huh?
I want to go to Brazil.
Sure.
What?
What is she saying?
She wants to go to Brazil.
Okay.
That's nice. I mean, it's
If
pretty
Donald
there.
Trump wins,
I mean, they don't be treating black people right, but
they don't. Well,
I know.
I go to Spain.
okay. Everywhere you go, there's gonna be some problems. But KT, let's talk about why do wait. First of all, do you know any people in your family that have a whole bunch of guns,
They have a whole bunch of guns.
or that has like several guns?
More
Girl,
than one.
I'm white. Of course I do. I got.
The
Of course I
stereotypicalness of
do.
that.
I got I got them white people. Well, I don't say they're my family in real
Ooh.
life, but they are a part of my family,
Mhm.
my extended family. I got some cousins
Mhm.
that are like second cousins, and they have probably, I would say, like 10 plus guns, something like
Ooh.
What? Why do you
that.
need
And
that many?
I got like not really extended family, but family I would talk to. They also got guns. They probably about five. And and my thing is with these type of people, they're always talking about this is for their protection. This is for their protection.
Mm.
This is for their protection. How many guns can you hold at one time for your protection? And
Right.
two,
The only reason why you should be holding that many guns is unless you're a hunter.
you shouldn't even be holding that many guns if you're a
I
hunter.
mean,
You have no
but
issue.
I
Like
do get it if you're a hunter or if your family hunts
right,
or if
like
you are a gun collector. Some people I know are gun collectors. Like I don't know why, but this one person I know, he collects guns, like guns of all types, of all kinds, like
Nerd.
from old muskets
Mhm.
to like the original, the new up to date. I don't know nothing about guns, as y'all can tell,
Yeah.
but but he collects them all, and like he even has some in like different colors. Like he tried to give me to, because I said I'm gonna get my license to carry,
Mhm.
and he tried to give me a pink one.
Mhm.
Just like, who has a pink gun?
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Those country girls that wear camo all the time. Okay,
gosh,
T, yeah.
it's coming for me.
But yeah, KT, about those cousins. So you said they say it's about their protection, right?
Yeah, it's about their protection, and also she did bring up a good point about hunting. A lot of the times, which I do know about hunting. My uncle hunted. We
She said
had
hunting.
deers mounted on our walls, and we had deer jerky and
Ew.
deer
Deer jerky?
steak
Have
and
you ever had a
deer
deer
everything.
burger? That's so good.
Yeah, we had it all. So I do know about the hunting portion of it too. But my uncles and stuff, they didn't have 10 plus guns. My uncle had like two guns, and that was it for
I know
his
Mhm.
why.
hunting and for his protection. One he wore on his side at all times, and one that he shot deers with. So I think
That's
there
all
needs
you
to
really
be a
need.
point where you're just like, okay, well, that's way too many guns, and you don't really need that for your own protection.
Yeah.
You need
Yeah.
one for protection, and if you hunt, you need one for that. And I know a lot of, if you're a Republican, or if you're not very liberal and you're listening to our podcast right now, you're probably thinking these liberals will take away our guns. But you know, it's not 2000. I mean, it's not like 1900 anymore, where we need guns for the war, and we got militia coming around here having to live in our houses, and like you always need a gun. Period. You don't need a gun because there's no war that's going on in America.
It
No,
is, but
no.
not that
I mean,
kind of
there
war.
is, but it's not like it. It's not like the war that we were having then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
it's not the
think
Civil War. It's not. It's not things like that. So I don't think
you
at the
need
end
a
of the day.
gun. Let's be, in my opinion, you do need a gun in America, but you don't. Well, when I say need one, it's okay to have a gun in America, but do you need more than 3? More than, I get it if you're a hunter, that's fine, but you don't need that many anyway. If you're a hunter, unless you have 15 children and each child has a gun.
Right.
But I do
That's a
think
good
that
point.
if you are in America, a gun is your right, and you do have the right to carry. But we should keep them away from certain people with mental disabilities, people who have been convicted convicted of domestic violence charges, or
Assault. Yeah.
or assault, people who and criminals.
I agree. That's
So
and I
she
think, huh?
I just want to bring up, she did talk about children having guns, and this comes from let's see here. This comes from the trace.org. It says in 2015, on average, a toddler in America shoots someone about once a week. So do I
Ooh.
think children should have guns? Do I think guns should be available to children?
Mm-mm.
No.
Well, that's the
Never.
thing. Like when you
Never.
got that many guns, like
You can't
you
keep
got to be
track.
careful. Like I was telling KT, this girl that I know, I went to her house one time. Her stepdaddy had a whole basement full of guns, like
Was
a
he,
good.
was he a collector?
I don't know nothing about that. Probably, but I know I know. Her brother used to go down there and show out his friends. They'd be like, "We playing with it." Well, her
No,
brother was like
see now.
18.
But
But
even
still,
still, he's
that's dangerous and
unsafe.
stuff like that. And they would, I mean, they would take it out every once in a while if they like thought some intruder or somebody was coming. But that's still just dangerous. Like he taking his drunk friends down there. Look at my stepdaddy guns. Like something gonna happen. Like that's just too
It
many
is.
guns.
If
And
you
it's just too
have
many
guns,
risks.
let me just say this to anybody, to the podcast world who's listening, and if you own a gun, especially with children in the house, you should keep your gun locked up. Of course, you know that, but I have to say that. But you should also keep your bullets in a separate place that you lock your gun.
Yes.
That's protocol, especially if you have children. The gun goes in one place and the bullets are separate and taken out of the gun.
Yeah.
Yes, it might be inconvenient, but it's taken out of the gun and put into a separate place.
I can agree with that. Okay. My next question is culture of violence. America.
Yes, we're just swimming in it.
We know, especially in Memphis. Let's just talk about Memphis for a little bit. Memphis,
Oh
we
my
got
gosh,
we
I
got
don't
a
want
lot
to do
of.
that. Please don't. Hold on,
Where's
please.
Caleb calling me?
Let's not just focus on Memphis, because
No,
Memphis
no, I
already
want
has
to. I
a
was
bad
going
rep.
to. I'm going to tie it into America.
Okay, I'll let you run with it.
So, if we look into this beautiful city that we live in called
Yes.
Memphis, Tennessee, there are violences at a rise, and it's just so many. Like every day you cut on the news, somebody's getting killed and murdered, and it's like, how are these people getting access to these guns? That's what I want to know. Like these are teenage kids, and they have access to all these like high machinery, high bullet guns and stuff like that. Even if they just have like a little small gun, like how are these kids getting access to these guns? So I think gun control is very necessary, because for the simple fact, you can go to Academy, which is a sports store, and get an AR-15.
A who?
Girl, you can go to
assault
Walmart and
rifle.
get you
You can go to
get you a
Walmart and
a
get an assault
rifle.
rifle. You can go to sports stores and just get guns. It should not be that easy. A gun is one of the most dangerous things you can ever have, besides like a sword or something like that.
The
And so
mind is a dangerous weapon.
and so for you to be
That's a
able to
sword.
buy those guns is just crazy. And then they have gun shows. You can buy a gun without even having a permit.
What?
You can just go to give them your money and you got a gun. Stuff like that should be changed. And the reason why it's not changed is because we got this big old organization of lobbyists called the NRA, the National Rifle Association, which has supported Donald Trump and supports every single Republican candidate. So that whenever anybody is trying to pass any type of gun control, they block that because they're getting money from NRA and they want to keep getting that money.
That's
So
ridiculous.
they're putting our children's lives in danger for some money. Money is what rules America, and it's not right.
And
I
it's
think
the root of
changed.
all evil. That's more dangerous
That's
than a
true.
gun.
Yeah,
So
gun
I
control.
do have a point because you did say something about how money basically rules the world with
Yeah.
these guns, which is true. America is basically supplies 3/4 of the world's armed trade. So
Wow.
these weapon sales are authorized by our government and by basically, like, they basically are the ones who say, yeah,
One
let's
second.
trade all these guns, and then we can just be so happy
Mhm.
and we get more money. Like I said before when we were talking about at the beginning, this world is run by money. These Republicans are run by money. Not the
Yes.
Republicans, I'm sorry, the politicians
Politicians
are
in
run
general.
by
Yeah.
money. So there, until we get someone in this world that's not gonna be run by money, which ain't gonna happen. Let me just tell you. Then we all gonna be. That's it. I mean, there's nothing that we can do at this point other than to
Give up
pretend
and
like.
go home, right,
No,
KT?
I'm not saying give up and go home. I'm saying do your part and continue to stand for something. If you don't believe in guns, then you shouldn't be out here buying guns, contributing to the supply that we already have on the
Mm-hmm.
black market and in everyday life. Cause I can tell you one person who got a gun in my everyday life that I see every single day I go to work. So it's it we're just in this never ending cycle where we just have money contributing to money to money to money to money,
Yeah.
and there's nothing that we can do as poor people, which does kind of play into violence and stuff in America,
Mhm.
to change it.
Yeah.
So I mean, at the end of the day, there ain't nothing I can do, I guess,
Okay,
but talk about it.
according to neighborhoodscouts.com, Memphis, I don't understand why everybody says that Memphis is so bad and it's so full of so much crime.
Because it is.
And I don't see it. And I guess I'm looking through rose colored glasses because I don't see, I mean, I hear about people dying and a couple of my sister's friends have died.
Mhm.
I know people who have died.
Yeah.
But I just feel like it's no dangerous than anywhere else in the world. But according to this website, neighborhoodscout.com, as far as the crime index, 100 being the safest, Memphis itself rates at a 1.
Ooh.
Yes, according to the violent crime comparison, Tennessee has a 6.8, but Memphis has a 17.37 crime rate.
Mm.
And as far as per square miles, 18 square miles, every 18 square miles in Tennessee there's a crime. But in Memphis,
No, it's saying it's 157 crimes per square mile.
per square mile, well, what's the 200 for?
No, that was just giving you a the number, like how high that is. Like it's almost close to 200.
Oh,
And in Tennessee, there's
well,
18
don't that
crimes per
sound
square
dumb,
mile.
podcast world?
But that goes into my last question that I kind of want us to talk about real quick. Because I brought up Memphis because that's where we live. But I think it affects it. It's a representative of the entire state of America.
Mhm.
I think America? I don't want to say it's gotten more violent because we did some
It
crap back
has.
in the day.
It has, because
I don't know
we've
about
become
that.
immune to it.
I don't know because for the simple fact is there used to be lynchings and people would go to the lynchings. Or
Oh.
we used to
Well,
burn
now
people at the
people sit.
stake,
Well, now people sit and watch people shoot each other up. I mean,
but it's not real.
no, you've never seen those crowds that literally sat there and watched somebody get shot or beat up or fight. You don't
I
see
see
that,
people get beat up. I'm
but
just
you
saying
haven't seen it.
I ain't seen
Cappy.
nobody shooting each other to
And the
death
people watching, yes, I've seen it.
in real life.
Yes,
Girl, why were you there?
Hold on, can I
I
just?
ran
I
the
just want
other
to laugh
way.
real quick. I want to laugh real quick at Joy saying, "Oh," like when you mentioned lynching, she was like, "Oh,"
Well,
like she
yeah, but
completely forgot about her people being oppressed and everything like
well,
that.
oppressed,
You know,
yes, but I just
I'm just talking
it
about the
wasn't on my
violence.
she
mind.
forgot about
It
the
was
word.
it
No,
wasn't on
she
my
just completely
mind
forgot about it.
I was talking about today. It wasn't on my mind. But okay.
Okay. Anyways, back to this point because I'm trying to get us a lasting conversation so we can wrap it up.
Okay.
Violence in
Okay.
America. I don't like I said we've done crap in the past, so I don't know. I don't know how we could quantify the violence here to the violence now. But I do want to say that violence is here and it's rampant. Why do you think violence is so rampant in America? Period. Not even today, but why do you think violence is just such a part of America?
Because America was founded upon violence.
Mm-hmm.
They settlers came and took this land that wasn't even theirs with their guns and their
They're guns and their
hatred
rocks. Yep.
and took this land from people who were already here.
Mm-hmm.
And we African Americans were brought here by force through guns, hatred, and more hatred and
Violence.
more racism.
Yeah.
And America may be a melting pot and it may be beautiful, but it also has a lot of background. It has a lot of hate. It has a lot of guns.
Yeah. Guns. America started on guns, so I
It
mean
did.
that's how we gonna end. What do you think, KT?
Um,
Oh,
That's
she
a good
sounds so
question.
tired.
I'm not tired. I'm just thinking like America's just messed up, y'all. We live in a world where we live in a country, I should say, that don't care about its people. If
Mm-hmm.
you're not white, they
Right,
don't care
right,
about you. They don't care about you if you're not straight. Your
right,
decisions, the
right.
things that we do, the things that we say, this podcast, like I mean, yeah, we're making a difference, and I feel like we're making a difference by saying this on a podcast because other people are listening to it, and other people, we may put something in their brains.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, until America can get up there and do something, which I don't really know when that's going to happen
It's
because we
gonna
just
happen,
keep
girl, but you have
messing
to
up
have
and
faith,
messing up and
believe,
messing up and
trust.
messing up. Until we can do that, then I just don't know. I mean, like Joy said, America is founded, we were founded on ripping the culture, ripping the lives and from other cultures, and we were founded on genocide.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I seen this meme one time and it said something like, why do you think America is so bad? And someone else was like, because we are on an Indian burial ground or something like that.
Yeah.
And like that's kind of true. Like we're just living day to day life, and it's just been like this. If you go back in our history, like I'm just remembering like whitewash history that we got from history class, but they just talk about,
Whitewashery.
yeah, whitewashed history. Like they just talk about how all of these previous presidents or these previous people created this constitution that's supposed to help us and push us forward, and it's supposed to make America great. Not to use Donald Trump's saying, but we're supposed to be great. Period. And like we are just crumbling, and that's just what America has always done. We have just continued to crumble. I mean, there have been times where we've prospered, but it's never long lasting. We've mostly just crumbled
Mm-hmm.
all of our history. So I don't know. And there's not gonna be change in my generation. Like I'm gonna be dead and gone before there's
No,
change. So
no, no, no. I will have faith and I will trust in the good Lord to make this happen.
As long as folks keep voting for the status quo, ain't gonna be no change.
yeah, that's true.
I will trust the good Lord and have faith that
Here's the thing with trusting the good Lord. Sometimes you gotta take your own step and quit putting your baskets in somebody else's basket.
Putting your basket in somebody else's basket.
I meant to say your eggs and somebody
Okay. Get it out.
else's
oh,
basket.
okay.
I feel you. I feel you. All right, so this was our episode. It was all over the place, but we did hit on about 3 things.
It's always all over the place.
We talked about the president election. So yeah, like we said, it's either the apocalypse or apocalypse light. So either we're all finna go to our concentration camps, or we ain't finna have no money. So it's whichever one you want. And yeah,
I'm looking at this meme, you guys, and it says,
Ah.
"Hey, baby, on a scale of 1 to America, how free are you?" Well, if I'm here, I'm about a 5.
I was in the middle of closing up the
Oh,
podcast episode.
sorry, podcast world.
But yes, so if you voted, cool. If you didn't, cool. And we'll see you on the flip side. First, we want to shout out audibletrial.com/talkitout because you know they have plenty of books on politics. Very, very good books. You can listen to it while you're in your car, so you really ain't got to read it. But you know the information can just soak in like meiosis. Is it called osmosis?
Oh,
Just smoke
big
into
word,
it
big
like
word,
that.
big word.
And so when you get into these little Facebook debates, you'll be able to debate them.
Why she sound like she's rapping?
And that's what we want. So go to audibletrial.com/talkitout. Check out all those books. And also we want to shout out some people. KT, who you want to shout out?
First and foremost, I want to shout out my dude on Conversation Con Artist, Mr. On Point. He always comments on our stuff, and me and him always go back and forth on Facebook or not on Facebook, but on Talk It Out, SoundCloud. Also want to shout out our best friend Carl. Shout out to Carl because he came through this week and he commented and everything like
we
that.
miss Carl.
I know we miss him. Who else do we want to shout out?
Woke with Kids.
Woke with Kids. They
love ya.
always are very active with us.
Good content, good podcast.
What's the other one? The BFF one?
BFFs you never had.
Yes, I love them. They always shout us out too. Let me see here. I'm going on our SoundCloud. Let me
Drunken Nights. That's where Byron's from. Drunken Nights podcast. Thank you, Byron. We always have interesting conversations. Yeah. I can't wait for us to team up and do a podcast together because I know it's gonna be a shouting match because I know we have differing opinions. Can't wait for that.
Not a shouting match, a passionate match.
A shouting match.
Who's somebody else who always reposts us? Single, Black, and Dating. That's a real good podcast.
Yes.
20-something living.
Yes.
Yeah, I like
that. The wind down, of course, always. Hey,
drama free.
What's our guys? The girl and the guy that they haven't been on there in a while.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Look them up real quick.
I'm on here. The Baby Boy Podcast. They got a real nice Instagram.
Yeah, we envy your Instagram. We don't have time to do all these editings and things. So.
Oh, we got some issues. We ain't talking.
We got some issues. Where y'all been at, y'all? We miss y'all.
We do.
We miss y'all.
Y'all had some good podcasts, and now y'all ain't nowhere to be found.
Boo,
I hope y'all ain't
come
break
back,
up.
please. Oh, they ain't break up. Hopefully.
I know they didn't.
But thank you to all our podcast family. We're kind of growing a family here, and we love it, and we love you. Hopefully, we can do some collaborations or whatever. We kind of gotta wait till KT gets a car back running because we don't want to have about 20 people on the phone. So, yeah, we'll do that. But just wrapping it up. Thank you everybody for listening. Our feminism one has over 200, which is huge. And what other big thing happened?
The Black Lives Matter one. Black Lives Don't Matter one is big.
Just thank you guys for supporting because, like I said, we never would have thought it would have gotten this big and we would have got all this support and love. We're just doing this for fun and it's great to see that people like what we're doing because, I mean, we just be talking. So
we really do.
You just be talking it out. But yeah, this is
Joy.
Gabby,
And KT.
and this has been Talk It Out.
Talk it out.
Talk it out.
Talking out.
Bye.